I wanted to give you just some background information about the consultation assessments that we will do this semester. You will be doing them twice this semester, one the week of October 11th and one later in the semester. The week of October 11th is worth 10 points, and these will be done between you and a peer. And the week of in November is done between you and a faculty member on Zoom and is worth 20 points. So let's focus on what will happen next week. Here is a screenshot of Blackboard and the consultation assessment content. You'll notice that there is a ton of information here for you, hopefully to help you feel very confident and competent. So you will see that we have the consultation assessment information and list there for you. The rubric is provided to you, and example flashcards are listed if you choose to study that way. I do have the video upload tutorial in this section for you, and that's also printed out in lab. We have an example consultation audio clips. So these are a P4 put these together for me of example consultation assessments for medications that aren't included on your list so that you can see what it feels like and looks like to do these assessments. And then at the bottom, you'll see the 3 people with a check mark. Those are, that's the area where you'll actually submit your video and go to do your peer evaluation. So this is an example of the card that you will receive during your patient consultation assessment in lab. Essentially, we have a basket full of these cards, and these cards include patient demographic information and the label for a prescription for one of the medications on the list. During the consultation assessment time, you will not be given time to prepare for this consultation. You will simply choose a card at random and then begin counseling that patient on that medication. Very similar to how this would be done in practice. For the very first round of the consultation assessment, your peer will be playing the role of the patient. The patient will have a packet of information that has the name of a medication, the patient demographic information, as well as answers to the open-ended questions. All of the medications for the entire consultation assessment time are included in this packet. The patient will have to flip to the name of the medication that you are counseling on, and these are listed alphabetically. Then you will immediately begin counseling. The patient will play the patient will play that role and know a little bit about the medication and why they're using it to help with the conversation with the required open-ended questions. The patient will also have one clinical question to ask you after your consultation is complete. For example, the pharmacist might say, "What other questions do you have?" And the patient would then say, "One of my friends said that this caused them really bad nausea. How can I help that if it makes this happen to me? Should I just stop taking the pills?" So one clinical question related to the medication will also be included. After the completion of the consultation scenario, the person playing the role of the patient will provide detailed feedback on video. So for example, you should be following along on the rubric, which is included in the packet for you. You might say something like, "You mentioned the brand name of the medication, but I didn't hear you say the generic name of the medication." Or, "You mentioned one adverse effect, but I didn't hear you include instructions on how to manage or avoid the second one, which you said was Stevens-Johnson syndrome." You'll, after completion, you will each be video recording yourself on your own device. After completion, you will actually be uploading this video to Blackboard. Detailed instructions of how to record and upload your video within Blackboard are located in the Consultation Assessment Content folder. Please review this closely. I'll also have it printed off in lab, but it does require that you have UJA downloaded on your device prior to coming to lab. The consultation assessments are focused on higher order consultations. Your explanation of clinical information is more heavily assessed than general OBRA 90 information. You are required to use open-ended questions. A couple of things to note on the rubric. Note again that OBRA 90 is only worth 2 of the 10 points. Your explanation of clinical information is much more heavily weighted. You do need to mention the brand and generic name of the medication and explain how the medication works. This cannot include technical jargon. You also need to explain at least 2 adverse effects, including instructions on how to avoid or manage. These cannot include nausea, vomiting, upset stomach, dizziness, drowsiness, diarrhea, constipation, or headache unless a greater than 10% incidence is reported. Required monitoring and/or contraindications should also be included. Your verbal communication will also be an important aspect of the evaluation. For the first round of consultation assessments, peer evaluation will be the way that you will be receiving your feedback. So, every student will be randomly assigned a peer to evaluate their video. You personally will log into Blackboard and you will be assigned a video within Blackboard under the peer assessment tabs. You will use the rubric that has been provided to you and critically evaluate the student that is counseling. You will document on this printed copy the student that's counseling's name, your name, and the name of the medication. Then you will listen carefully to the video and critically evaluate them on their performance. You will enter any and all notes for feedback and suggestions for improvement. This is an anonymous evaluation. The counseling student will not be made aware of who their evaluator was.